So, in light of abortion laws,
Uh-oh. You bringing the second
whether the
guarantee in.
government look, we about to change this.
You know, he
In
got
light
double
of
teamed.
abortion laws, whether the government has the right to dictate what a woman chooses to do with her body, and why there is not an equal precedence taken for our male counterparts, i.e., mandated vasectomies for repeat offenders.
Oh
I
no.
found,
Hold on,
I found
whoa,
out.
whoa,
Wait a
Oh,
minute.
ow.
I
whoa.
found out that there is a
That sounded
law.
personal.
Ah, nah. I don't look. You live your own life. I found out that there is a law governing castration for repeat sexual assault offenders of minors.
Mm,
Though, hold on, though it's not put to use very often and requires a psych eval, hormone replacement, and is completely voluntary. So now, should it be? Should it be voluntary? And why do convicted persons of sexual assault get a choice when majority of women feel like they don't? Charles,
Like,
what you
first of
think?
all, I like you started with me with this segment, because I don't know what to say. I mean, first of all, I'm not gonna tell no woman what to do with her body. It's your body, your choice. That's how I live my life. So whatever you want to do with your body, hey, that's your body. But I mean, if I'm gonna be honest, because like people really don't value what women think. Or how do we like how y'all feel if we tell them the truth? I'm I'm not saying me. I'm not saying that's right or wrong, but majority of men don't care. That's why. Like, I mean, y'all don't got to bring the baby home and stuff like that. Dudes don't give a shit about none of that, and it's just like you know what, prostitution, right? Okay, sex trafficking, whatever you want to call it, it's all the same damn thing. Who in the beginning, who was getting more jail time? The Johns or the prostitute? For those of you who don't know, the Johns are the clients. So it would be the women who would get arrested. You get thrown in jail. It's going on your record. If you're a dude, hey, look at man, we're gonna take this picture of you. You're gonna pay this $500 fine. You can go on about your day. So it's the same stuff. It just trickles down. So like it's the same thing. So, but like you know, I don't think it's right. I don't think it's fair. But I mean, it's the way the game is being played for right now. So
interesting.
I want to hear. You know what? Correct me. Is it Lawade or Elwade?
No, it's Louis. Thank you.
Lawade. Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
thank you. What do you think?
All right.
I'm really
So,
interested to hear what you got to say.
all right. So I'm pro-choice. All right. A woman can do whatever they want to do with their body. Okay. Especially the fact is that a man does not have. I mean, we are a part of the making process, but we are not a part of anything else that goes on. All a woman can do is verbalize to a man exactly what's going on in her body. So, for example, right, I told everybody before the show started that I had food poisoning. I went to the ER, right? And when I went to the ER, I'm like, oh, my stomach hurts. Ah, my stomach hurts. Ah, help me, help me, help me. 20 minutes later, here comes a lady having a baby, right? Making the same noise that I'm making. I'm like, oh, wait, wait, a child's coming out of her. Nothing's coming out of me, right? So,
Right.
first of all, right. So, let's just say that that lady, right? I hope she had her child. I don't even know. But I hope the child's healthy. But let's just say that she wanted an abortion, right? It is irresponsible. I mean, so the lady can tell me, so the lady can do whatever she wants with her body, but it's irresponsible of the man to go ahead and go, you know what? Yeah, you should go ahead and do the abortion. So I believe there should be a penalty towards that. But at the same time, I don't want to flip the question around, but let me ask it this way, not even take it down this rabbit hole. If a man doesn't want to have a child, is a man obligated to pay child support?
And yeah, so that's the
no,
thing. No, I don't feel like they should because they voiced it, and that's why, like with the abortion laws, it trips me out because there's a lot of women that sit there and it's like, oh, the government is telling me what to do with, my body, and I'm like, if you are responsible and accountable for your own person, you won't have to worry about what the government is trying to tell you to do. When you're pregnant. I knew at 2 weeks I was pregnant. Like
Golly.
Lord, man.
I know my body. I'm very self-aware. I
Mm-hmm.
know that if
He
I,
was just gas.
who I'm laying down with. I know like those are my personal choices. A woman has can sit there and tell a man no. And in the event that, that no doesn't work, then that's rape. And the laws are not saying that in the event you get raped, you can't get an abortion. That's not what it's saying. It's
Right.
saying, you know, if you are not being responsible with yourself, then hey, now we got to step in and tell you what you can and cannot do. That goes with any law. So now, with that being said, why aren't they telling these criminals, you need to, you got to get castrated because you're a repeat offender? Why is that even a choice for them?
I'm for that, actually. I think sexual offenders are the scum of the earth. So I'm 100% okay. I don't think they should have a choice when it comes to being castrated or quartered or hung or guillotined. I think they should get all.
What you watching, Pilgrim Files or something?
Right? You have some old school, like some Renaissance stuff right now.
You talking about like 25 cents?
I prefer waterboard.
Waterboard. I think any of that, all that should be on the table when it comes to. But the issue that comes.
I can think of some torturous methods, man. Trust me, I know how to torture somebody.
But due process comes into play, unfortunately. Due process. Who's to say? What if, since there's a lot of people in jail that really didn't do what they got, but they had a second lawyer and they couldn't get off, or didn't do DNA? The problem is going to be whether or not innocent people are going to be getting guillotined or castrated, rather, or whatever it is that law would be. But I would vote for it. I would vote for it 100%.
Can I throw this at you, Rosa?
Mm-hmm.
What if a woman has children with multiple men? Shouldn't there be a limit as to what they have?
Yeah.
Okay, so I've noticed. I've noticed that a lot of the women that are having the problem with it are women with multiple kids from multiple fathers, like baby daddies. So I'm like, why are you complaining about this? Like, so I'm gonna throw myself in the category because I do feel like self accountability. I've been married 3 times. I've had a child in all 3 marriages. Do you get what I'm saying? I've never held anybody accountable, like push that on them, because I felt like my partners are responsible enough to make the decision. You get what I'm saying?
You fell in love 3 times? Shit.
Oh, you fertile.
You think?
I won't be hugging you no time.
Bro,
you ain't got time.
That's another story.
But for the Christians out there, she was married.
I was married. Right, and
did the old-fashioned way.
Right, I'm married. I'm dedicated and committed, and this is what we gonna do till death do us part, or till you leave me. One of the two. So y'all gotta leave.
I don't believe in none of that. I'm sorry.
I feel like for repeat of female offenders, you should be accountable. Like it's the same. You are accountable for what you're putting out there. We are creators. Yes, we might need a little help, but you can get assimilated too. So it's like, if you're doing this, be accountable, be responsible.
So let me.
It depends on the woman, Valerie. It depends on the woman. Some of y'all prefer to murder. Okay, trust me. Ain't got time.
I know. I was born to create.
See, that's what I'm talking about. For the murder. Can't hug her. No, can't take her hand.
You can't even look in my direction, bruh.
No,
everybody look away.
Definitely.
So if I had to add my little portion to that, since everybody got their chime in. First of all, I think that rapists and everything, committers of sexually violent crimes, they need to get castrated. Forget a vasectomy, forget anything like that. Just go on and chop it off. Because first of all, what gives you the right? Just go on and chop it off.
Well, Texas, I think, is chemical castration. They put like a liquid. It gets
nope.
It cuts off the testosterone or something, like the sperm. It mixes.
Because if you do
that's my lifetime to me.
Castration, you do chemical castration, you can still doggone. You can still you can still have a feeling. You can still hump. But if you go on and chop that thing right on off. Why would you, all jokes aside, why would you, as someone who committed a violent sexual crime to a woman or a child or whoever, why should you be even given any sort of pleasure in life later on? You know what I'm saying? Right. Whatever you choose. So that's the first thing. Secondly, I think that men that have multiple kids, I think chemical castration needs to come into that point. You know what I'm saying? We need to do something about that because at this point, bro, if you had like 5 kids, you doing this shit on purpose. You ain't like,
and you can't take care of them. You can't keep a job.
Right. You know, let's look at the economical strain that you are putting on society because that means my taxes is about to go up to help pay for you.
Correct.
So
absolutely,
get rid of them all. Get rid of them all. Just throw them in.
You know what I'm saying? Like let's just and then
castrate them all.
Let's go back around.
Castrate them all. I like that. That's funny.
I don't like that.
So to Rosa's point, you know, she was married when she had her 3 kids. Key word, married, right? So
I committed.
She gets a pass. You know, she gets a hall pass on that. But we're talking about these women.
I don't think it's a pass. I think it's more so.
It's an understanding.
Yeah.
So it's an understanding. But what I'm getting at is the women that have, I got 2 kids by Leroy, but then turn around, I got 2 kids by Ray Ray, but I got pregnant last week by, I don't know who, John, BDB, or whoever this is that was at the club from last week.
And I'm on services.
And exactly. And I'm on EBT, and I'm on this, but screaming, I can't keep a job, there is no jobs out here, or there is no good men out here in this world. But you steadily getting pregnant.
Right, getting stuck with them all of them.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So I think there should be something done for them. I mean, again, I'm pro-choice.
Can I ask something?
You know,
I got my mic. Let me use my little shotgun mic. This might be controversial, but at some point, do you deserve a good man? Are you run?
And that's why I was about to know. I'm glad you shot that out there. Because at some point, it ain't you don't deserve a good man. You deserve to be sitting your black ass or your whoever ass in that house with them damn kids trying to figure out how you gonna get it together because I'm tired of paying taxes for y'all.
Yeah.
Tired.
Wait, can I throw a question out here? I understand what the code is right now to Lamb, so I understand the code. But let me ask a question right to Rosa, right? And Rosa, you don't have to answer this, okay?
Oh, I'll answer it.
Love it if you do.
Wait a minute, this getting good. This
love
good.
it if you do.
Let me move Rosa back over here. For a second.
The fact
she's like, I was done.
Let me ask this: the fact that you have 3 kids with 3 baby
I
fathers,
have 4. I have 4 children
with 3 different men, right? Mm-hmm. How is the dynamic in your household when it comes to the other 2 men taking care of their children, and then affecting your household?
You know what? That is a good question. Originally, it did have a big effect, mainly because I was around the little birdies. I was raised by women. I didn't meet my dad till I was 23. So a lot of the women, their insecurities kind of rubbed off on me. And it was, they're going to take the kids from you and da-da-da-da-da. And to this day, I still don't understand that. Like, where would they get that from? And it's because they were raised by... my grandmother was raised by by her dad solely. Mm-hmm. So I didn't understand where she got that from. And so for a long time, it caused a lot of discourse in the household until I realized that I had to acknowledge that, look, like, you can't let insecurities dictate like how your kids have relationships with the other parents. You just have to do what you need to do to make it work.
And the reason why I asked that question, honestly, is because that fits into the same definition that Dwayne just broke down. He just said you had a kid with one person, kid with person number 2, kid with person number 3, right? Yeah. It's the same exact thing, but the fact is that you were married. So if you weren't married, you would actually fall in line to what the definition is, and we would have looked at you like, damn, are you even a good woman?
Yeah. I totally get that. No, you can even being married, you can be a toxic woman.
Absolutely.
You can definitely be a toxic woman.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Hold on. Can we clip that? Can we clip that?
Can we clip
that?
Clip that.
Yes.
Put it on a t-shirt. I'm putting it on a t-shirt. Put it on this t-shirt.
That Lawade, you have hit the nail on the freaking head, because sometimes some women just think they are not toxic. Like, motherfucker, you
That's
toxic
right.
as hell.
Mm-hmm.
Oh Lord.
Well, I can definitely admit. I
got a woman back. We just lost them again.
Definitely admit that. Yeah.
There's a lot of the toxicity behind women And the fact is that they don't have the maturity to actually have the conversation or the relationship with a man, because we understand that a relationship is a marriage is two people, right? Two people, one. But we tend to bring 20 people into one, right?
Right.
And then therefore it's not a marriage anymore. We want to
That's
bring the
me too.
whole outside world.
Being advised by toxic folks.
Yeah, we want to bring.
Who ain't got nobody.
We like
People
they
who
get
been divorced for
married
8
and they want
years.
to bring like their mama, their cousin, they great. Like, why you marrying me? I ain't marrying them.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And women really need to stop doing that for real. Like, once you can acknowledge what your toxic traits are and own them, admit it, and that's the only way that you're going to be able to move forward as a woman. I'm going to put that. I'm addressing women right now. The only way that you are going to get better and do better is if you acknowledge your own personal bad behaviors and change them. So you need to.
I get you. To Brittany's point, to Brittany's question right there. I'm sorry. To Brittany's question, right? So let's put it like this. Let's use this jail example. People go to jail on the smallest things, right? And then when they get out of jail, it's, well, what can you do to better society? So now, if you make a quote unquote small decision, right? That small decision impacts so many people that you don't understand. So therefore, how do I know that you're going to make a better decision? What evidence shows me that you know that you have responsibility, accountability, and knowledge and intelligence to make a better decision in moving forward in your life? That is what I'm saying.
Right, but the sexual predators, let me address her too. A woman that I was about to say, well, in reference to that, like, of course you made the bad choices, but you got to own them. And a lot of women, you guys will make bad choices and you won't own it. I did this because of this. I did this because he did this to me. This, that, or the other. No, it makes no difference. You made that conscious decision to react and behave in the way that you did. Now own it, check it, change it, and move forward. Period.
That's how you do it, Valerie.
And you know the crazy thing is that's exactly what I'm trying to teach my teenager. Ownership. I tell her all the time, you own up to the things you do, good, bad, or indifferent. And I swear, if a lot of our women, we're not trying to by no means am I downing black women at all, but a lot of our women need to understand that a lot of the things that you go through, some of that you bring on your damn self.
And that goes into choosing your partners.
Correct.
You make the choice. The dude can hit on you all day long, but they ain't gonna make a move unless you say yeah.
No.
Exactly.
Say no.
Say no. Say no. Exactly. And if you get that predator, just know it takes them 2 times in order for the government to decide if they're gonna castrate them, and it's completely voluntary.
Yeah, there's a lot of them that let predators into their household. So therefore, understand that decision that you make. So when you sitting there talking about, oh, I love him, but he has done something to your seed, yo, you are a disgrace to a human race, black race person. So screw you as a label, record label, and crew, cuz.
And you know it.